Remember the last time we talked about factorizing by taking out the common factor? Today we're going to be talking about a different method of factorizing by grouping. So, basically the many methods of factorizing. Remember, factorizing is just making something big to be small. Yeah, that's factorizing in general terms. So here you're going to be grouping in terms. So this looks kind of complicated, but then relax, it's not really complicated. So you just have to know what to do, when to do whatever that is, and then you got it. So the method of factorizing by grouping of terms is simple because it just relates to the method of taking out the common factor. So this method only works when we have four terms. When you have four terms either added together, either subtracted from each other. So here you can see we've got four terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got four terms, so you can actually split them into two different terms. So let's kind of draw a line here to split these terms into two different parts. So here, the best way to factorize by grouping is just you separate these and then let's check out the common factors. So here you've got 3a squared plus 3ab. This is, let's just title this 1 and this 2. So it means at 1 you have got 3a squared plus 3ab. So you can see that there is a lot in common there. You can see that we have got 3 both sides, so we can write our 3 down, and then we've got a both sides, so we can write our a down actually. So let me actually remove this bracket so you can actually write our a down here. So 3a. We cannot use a squared because a squared cannot get into a. So we can use a because a gets in 2 times there. So this is how we do it. 3a, right? And then you do the very same thing which you did in the first method of factorization. So you divide this 3a into these two terms. So this is only applying to this side of the expression. That side we haven't tackled it at all. So here you're just going to say 3a squared being this 3a squared divided by 3a, which gives you 3 divided by 3 off, and then a squared divided by a. It's like a times a over a. Therefore, the two a's will just divide each other and then you remain with a. Therefore, when you're just going to write this, you're just going to remain with a. That's all. And then 3ab, you've got 3ab divided by 3a. You can see we already have 3 and a, 3 and a. Therefore, these are going to divide each other and then b is going to remain. Therefore, you remain with a and b. Therefore, for this case here, you have a plus b. This is just like the factorization which we did. Then you go to the next to the next section of your expression. You've got 2a plus 2b. 2a plus 2b. So you can see that there are common things also. 2 is common in both sides. And then you have nothing else that is common except 2 only. Therefore, you just have to write that 2, positive 2. You see, you're not going to exclude this plus because this is not a different thing. No, this is the same thing. We just splitted it for the sake of factorizing them separately. Okay, now we join them. Positive 2 is what? Is the common factor out there. Is the common factor. 2 is the common factor. Therefore, you have to divide 2 into here, divide 2 into here. So let's make a little box here and say 2a divided by 2 is equals to a. Because 2 divides with 2 and then a remains, and then you've got 2b here divided by 2, whereby 2 divides with 2 and then b remains. Therefore here in this case we're just going to classify it as a plus b also. Now you can notice that you have got a plus b in both sides. We've got a plus b here, a plus b. Therefore the factorizing by grouping comes here. So how do you factorize by grouping? You're just going to say a plus b. They're just going to write a plus b. Okay, let's notice something here. This relates to the first method of factorization. You can see that this is a new thing. This is a new expression here. 3a times a plus b plus 2 times a plus b. This is a new expression. Therefore, this new expression, this is still one side. We can consider this as one term, and then we can consider this as one term. And then we can actually notice that we've got one common thing over there. Let me actually wrap here. So you've got one common thing in both sides. You've got this a plus b here and a plus b. Therefore, it's a common factor. You have to take it out. That's simply like it. Take that a plus b out, just like you did in the same method. Remember, in the first method it was 5x plus 6x, and you were like taking out x and then multiplying it with 5 plus 6, which is remaining. So in this case, you're going to do the very same thing, but then you're just going to use a plus b because you've already grouped them. So a plus b is common both sides here and here. Therefore, to be able to find the final one, you just have to divide this a plus b into 3a and into 2. Simple. Into this whole thing, I mean. So here you're just going to say 3a multiplied by a plus b divided by a plus b. Why do we divide by a plus b? Because a plus b is the common factor. So a plus b, then this one, they've fallen off. So you have remained with what? With 3a. Therefore, you write down 3a here. And then the next thing you have to do is to divide the second segment. So this is 2 times a plus b divided by a plus b. Remember that we are dividing with a plus b because a plus b is the common factor we've factored out in both sides of the expression. Therefore, this and this are going to divide, and then 2 is going to remain. Therefore, here you remain with plus 2. This is simply it. This is how you factorize by grouping in terms. So this is how it is. Thank you for watching.